Good afternoon. The October 5th meeting of the Oklahoma City Water Utilities Trust will be in order. And the first item on the agenda is, actually the second item, the first one was calling it to order. But the first one is the approval of the minutes. So the second one is approval of the minutes for September 28th.
Move approval.
Have a motion and a second to approve the September 28th meeting. Are there comments or questions? Voting, please. Minutes are approved. Next item is the consent docket. There's a number of matters on the consent docket.
Move the consent docket.
Move the consent docket subject to individual consideration.
Motion and a second to approve the consent docket subject to items to be considered individually. Are there items to talk about individually? Hearing none, voting please. Consent docket's approved unanimously. The next item is item 4. And
I'd move the concurrence docket subject to individual consideration.
And we have a motion and a second. Is there discussion on the concurrence docket? Hearing none, voting please. Concurrence docket's approved. Item 5 is a report. We're going to have a presentation.
Good afternoon, Chairman and trustees. My name is Sam Samandi. I'm the engineering manager for the utilities, and today I'm making a presentation here giving you a status update on the 2 or 3 projects that we are currently involved with on Atoka Pump Station and the improvements at the Lake Atoka Dam. And these are 3 different projects. 2 have the first one, the Atoka Pump Station, has been in progress for about a year or so right now, and the Atoka Dam project was just recently bid, and the other project that we're contemplating is some kind of improvement and evaluation of the Atoka Lake Road there. On the Atoka Pump Station project, as everyone knows, we have 6 pump stations, and currently the status of the pump station work at Atoka is about 50% complete. We have a next major shutdown, which is going to start about a week from now, from October 14 to December 18. The pipeline will be down to make the improvements and tie-ins and replacement of the pump at the station. Currently, the other 2 pump stations, Stonewall and Colgate, they're almost 80% finished, and 2 new pumps working at each of those stations. And the status of the other 3 pump stations are about 95% complete, and all the 4 pumps have been replaced and operational at this time. A little background on where we've been with the project. We awarded the contract on January 6th, issued a work order on January 7th. Initially, we estimated the project to be completed by September 16, 2011, next year. The current project status is we're a little bit ahead of schedule, and all the Oklahoma City pump stations will be operational with 4 pumps by January 2011. And the City of Atoka pump station, which is essentially right next to the Atoka pump station, will also be operational by 2011, January. And all the remaining cleanup and restoration will be finished up, we hope, by April 2011. Just to give you a little bit of idea what the pump stations looked like before from the outside. This is on all the 5 pump stations that we have from Macomb all the way to Colgate. On the left, what it looked like, and now after rehabbing the exterior and making improvements, it looks really brand new and good. Here's another look from the inside of those 5 pump stations before. Looked a little bit dark. And on the right-hand side is what we've done after the improvements. where all the pumps have been replaced. Here's a couple of pictures of before from the Atoka pump station itself. Here's what it looks like about a month or so ago. We're taking the existing roof off and replacing it with a brand-new roof and adding an electrical building to the east side of the pump station. And the picture on the right shows, all the work that's been done ahead of time to place the new pumps. And hopefully by April 2011, the pump station would look something like this. This is an architectural rendering of the improvement of the Atoka pump station. The next project that we had...
Excuse me, Sam, before we get off the pump station project, you had really good news on the schedule. Have we been successful in holding to the budget?
Yes. We've had a couple of change orders because of the stuff that happened, the stuff that we couldn't account for until we dug up. But the change orders are still under control. We try not to have more than 10% worth of change order on a job like that. But there's a lot of uncertainties when you start digging up around these stations that have been in place almost 50 years.
That's why I asked the question.
Yes, exactly. This next project here came as a result of essentially a drainage around the existing pump station at Atoka. On the picture you'll see the drain pipe. It's a 6-inch drain pipe that was placed around the station on the east side of it. And we were concerned about the amount of water that was coming around the pump station. So what we did is investigated the leak that was coming in. We wanted to find out where the water was coming around. So we did the geotechnical study of making sure the dam was safe and we were able to drain the water that's coming around from the dam. This project, in order to do that, we installed a lot of what we call piezometers to determine what the water levels are inside the dam. We did some dye testing to locate where the source of the leak was. And we found out the source of the leak was in the big 16-inch pipeline that feeds the water into the pump station. And as you see that picture, you see a nice little hole at the bottom of the pipe. In fact, there was 2 leaks from the pipe. The pipe was corroded. So,
Is that pipe ductile iron, Sam, or?
I'm sorry?
Is that pipe ductile iron, or?
Yes.
Okay.
Yeah, it's ductile iron pipe. So what we did immediately, we undertook a repair on the pipeline. It's such a critical pipeline because it feeds the pump station. What we did, we removed the existing pipeline altogether, and we wanted to make sure for the next 50 years or so the pipeline is going to be brand new and there's no chances of leakage. And installed a brand new pipe, and then encased it in reinforced concrete. In this particular slide, you'll see essentially where the leak was. It's right next to the station in that red dot. As part of this work, we also wanted to make sure that the pump station itself is protected. So we're putting a new blanket of rock, facial, different materials and stuff to make sure the water can drain through the material and protect the station itself. And we're also extending the outlet structure from where it was and bringing it a little bit farther down south so it can drain into the concrete spillway. And we've also made a couple more modifications. That we put an access road, maintenance road, around the station itself and provided a separate access road to the city of Atoka's pump station itself. And that would make everything work a lot easier for everyone. The construction cost for this job is about $2.5 million, and we hope that this job will be completed at the same time as the other major project that's underway. After that, one of the things that we want to do is to come back and take a look at and evaluate the condition of the existing roadway that goes around the station from Highway 69 from the south to the north side of it. There's about 4 miles of it that most of it is in poor condition. So as soon as these 2 projects are over, we'll start our evaluation of that roadway and see what needs to be done. Of course, we'll consult with the trust and the city of Atoka to see what can be done. And brings me to the end of this brief presentation. So,
Question?
yes.
Sam, is Lake Atoka full at this point? The lake?
The lake, we hope, if I could answer it this way, after the next shutdown in January, we will be pumping very good with 4 pumps and start bringing up the lake levels as a lot better than what we have now.
But Atoka itself
Yes.
is full, and McGee Creek's full
Yes,
too?
and McGee Creek is full, essentially, Atoka Lake is full. Our main concern, of course, is the Draper Lake that we want to
I understand. Yeah.
get out.
My concern too. I believe it's Mr. White's concern.
Any other questions? Thank you.
Thank you.
I move that the report be received.
Second?
Have a motion and a second to receive the report under item 5. Voting, please. Report's received. Next item is item 6A, an application by Caliber Development, Caliber, I'll get it right, Caliber Development, on a project on Check Hall Road and Northwest Expressway.
Move we approve the application?
Second.
Motion and a second to approve item 6A. Is there discussion? Voting, please. 6A is approved. Item 6B is enter executive session. Discuss Lake Sardis and related issues.
Move we entered into executive session?
I'll second.
Motion and a second. You call the roll.
Carl Edwards,
Yes.
Pat Ryan.
Yes.
Jim Couch,
Yes.
and Pete Parker.
Yes. We are in executive session and will return. We have returned from executive session, and the next item on the agenda is new business. Is there any new business? Are there comments from trustees, staff, or citizens? Hearing none, we're adjourned. Thank you.